Every one of us is tasked with bringing the world to perfection. This week's Parashah reveals a secret to help us do just that. I've spoken before about beginnings and endings. Parashah Pekudei brings an end to the narrative of the construction of the Mishkan and raises the question: exactly when is the origin of the Mishkan, and when is it complete? Does it begin with the sin of the golden calf, which according to Rashi is the reason we need the Mishkan? Does it begin with Hashem instructing Moshe to build it? Or maybe when Hashem describes in detail the plans of how to actually construct every element? Or maybe when Moshe instructs the people to build it? Or when the fundraising begins? Or maybe when the actual construction begins? Okay, pinpointing the beginning is hard since all of those are actually beginning points. But surely the end is clear, right? The construction of the Mishkan ends when it's all built. Or is it when the vessels are in place? Or when Moshe inaugurates it? I think the best answer comes at the end of this week's Parsha. Moshe assembled the entire family of Israel, the entire nation of Israel, and we read, when Moshe had finished the work, the cloud covered the tent of meeting, and the presence of Hashem filled the Mishkan. The Mishkan wasn't complete until Hashem's presence filled it. Those of you who know what's happening in my life will know that we recently sold our home, bought a new one, did some renovations, moved in, and have been getting settled in the last several weeks. The same question we asked about the Mishkan can be asked about our home. What is the origin of our new home? Was it when we first saw the house up for sale, when we put an offer in, when we signed the papers, when we began to envision the renovations, when we had renovation plans actually drawn up, when the sale closed, when we took possession, when the renovations began? And when did it end? When we moved in, when we had our first Shabbat in the home, when the last of the renovations were done, when we put art on the walls, when we unpacked our last box? No, the home wasn't complete until this week, because this week our youngest son came in from Israel on Pesach break from his yeshiva. This Shabbat we will have our entire family together under the new roof for the first time and welcome the Shabbos Queen together as a family. And just as the presence of Hashem filled the Mishkan in this week's Parsha, Bezrat Hashem, this Shabbat, the presence of Hashem will fill our Mikdash Ma'at. The entire family of Israel needed to be together at the inauguration of the Mishkan for Hashem's presence to fill it. Our entire family needs to be together in our new home for Hashem's presence to fill it. Chaverim, my friends, the entirety of the family of Medinat Yisrael is not yet all home. 539 days, and there are still 59 of our brothers and sisters held hostage in Gaza. They need to come home now so that all of our families can be together and the presence of Hashem can fill all of our homes. And with that, we come to the end of the second book of the Torah, Chazak, Chazak, Benit Chazik. One final thought from the Bobover Rebbe. With most commodities in life, when you give away, you have less. If I give you money, I have less. If I give you time, I have less. But not so with Torah. When it comes to Torah, Chazak, Chazak, Benit Chazik. When I strengthen you with words of Torah, we both come out stronger. So share some Torah this Shabbat. Share this video with someone who would like to see it. Send me a video that inspires you. May the Jewish people continue to strengthen each other with words of Torah, and may that strength help bring all the hostages home now. That is one thing we can learn from this week's Parsha. How will you step up this week to bring the world a little closer to perfection? Shabbat Shalom and Am Yisrael Chai.